Changing habits of women.
They say she smouldered, her long blonde hair shook over one shoulder, her blue-black jeans a second skin. No parting. She read a poem sounding out her name, flung it boomerang through the auditorium, and those heels, by God, those heels, were a stiletto pressed to the artery, made pulses quick, slow, with each step forward. She'd not look back.
The day before your birthday, I shed my clothes, piece by piece.
From blue chalk held by thumb and forefinger, swiftly lined, marks on paper, soluble ink. From notches, grain line. I am pinned, trace transparent, cut on the fold. I am made to measure.
It means nothing to have them on.
I am the tape, circling a waist like an arm, a snake pinked with shears, pocketed, skinny. I stack at the ankle like a palm tree.
Silk between my palms hangs in the air between us, the gap that swallowed us whole.
From the inner thigh, I whisker white, creep towards the crotch, the fly. I am honeycombed at the cracks of the knee. I flare out bootcut, boyfriend, bell-bottomed.
The dress you liked hangs untouched in between the places you have not seen.
I am indigo, blue back, grey, faded, razored, frayed. I am patched up, zipped up, buttoned up, pressed. I sag like an envelope. I rub off on things, bruise easily, never quite fit.
The zip, a mouth cracked open. I step out of your beholden, drop my clothes into the bag, feel the pull of empty sleeves, a beckon into glancing back.
Women lower themselves into baths for me, let the water run tepid, let the water trickle down their thighs as they stand, soggy in the garden's draught, waiting to dry.
So here I am, another year gone, counting the rings around my finger with my trunk of past selves.
She unzipped her lipstick smile, mid-air, slow motion. I felt it pass my lips on its somersault out. It landed, caught, bowed its ovation.
Later, I remove my clothes for a Brazilian who refers to his erection as his candle. He photographs me as a torso, tells me I am beautiful. Life is easier when you are headless and puppets are good with no strings attached.
She threw her head back, opened her throat like a kookaburra in a tree full of snakes, and laughed.
Later, I remove my clothes for a Berliner who tells me that 33 is the perfect age.
She was a wild bitch howling, the bush on fire, her lyrics mouthed into windsong, his sentence ending on a question.
At the photo automat, I exchanged 24 selves for 24 frames. It started with a beret, then sunglasses, then I thought, what the hell, and started shedding.
I need a pedestal to stand on, a helpful shop assistant to zip me up.
At the Saigon Street Cafe, I sat on someone else's table and peeled the skin off a summer roll.
Some stilettos, some silver stilettos with rhinestones on them.
Inside an abandoned margarine factory in Kreuzberg, I pondered the face of a geisha I had spray painted onto a whitewashed wall, left a thumbprint in the paint. A thumbprint was all I had with me.
For each breast, a padded push-up cup.
In the cinema cafe, I spotted myself in the bottom of a bowl of coffee, topped with froth and soggy biscuit crumbs. I left lipstick on the rim.
I am a princess, diva, prima ballerina with blush pink skin.
Outside a cafe in Potsdamer Platz, I tried to take a selfie, but self was out of view. I was a perfect blue sky instead.
I am high-low hemline, crystal buttoned, hand stitched in.
At the Chameleon Theatre, I dined alone. At the candlelit table, my dress turned green. I wondered if anybody noticed.
I am blinding, full-out bling.
Inside Otto White's workshop for the blind, I contemplated the hidden windowless room. the doorway to which was a wardrobe, as if the blind don't need to see.
I'm the kind of dress you need help to pee in.
At the Film Museum, I lost my reflection inside Marlene Dietrich's vanity case. It was her face I saw. Those half-open eyes were not mine. Infinite selves reflected into the distance.
I belong in a peristyle of Corinthian columns, moulded plaster scallop shells, ribboned friezes.
In the Chinese dumpling restaurant, I waited for my dumpling to cool. While the dumpling was cooling, I was a blonde woman with 2 perfect daughters sipping champagne.
Where other women bow and scrape and men widen pillars when they see me coming.
I think the more alone I am, the more invisible I will become.
Try me. I move like the iceberg, the whiteout, the sound before the avalanche.
When I go, I offer my handkerchief to a stranger in my train carriage. I grip my suitcase. It is my changing room. My life depends on it.